I share with you the issue of prior expenditure on the bypass proposal, okay? And I'm sure everyone on the board shares that concern. You look at that as an expense that was going to garner a return, basically. And but I think at this point we can't, we sort of have to, you know, cut it at this point and come to, you know, as Yogi Berra used to say, I've come to a fork in the road, I'm going to take it. But we sort of do at this point, because what we're hopeful of getting, and I use that word, you know, however reverently where the county is concerned, that we will get a competitive proposal from the county. That's really the essence here. At the end of the day, we have to pick which one is going to, in the long term, and it's so easy to look at the short term with these situations, but we have to be mindful of the long term with this sort of project. And in the long term, we have to have our needs met, and it has to be the most economical approach for the residents. Right now, we don't have all of the criteria. There are several criteria that really go into, but even when you look at the county hookup proposal, there are several criteria. As Phil mentions, there is capacity, and you could arguably look at that as a phased approach, okay? But you know, that kind of detail hasn't even been brought out yet. There's also something called inflow and infiltration, which is, as you may know, is really non-contaminant, you know, that really has to be processed. That's the hard stuff that gets processed in a plant. And that's a huge component of what that cost is going to be to the town when you look at a bypass situation in the county. That issue has not been fully addressed, and there has been no viable offer at this time. When you take those issues and many other issues, right now we're kind of in the dark on the bypass issue, quite frankly. We're less in the dark, and we will be far less in the dark after we get this proposal back. And as the supervisor indicated, we're hopeful to juxtapose that known, much more, I want to say completely known, but much more finite set of facts against what we may await from the county. Then we'll be in a better position. And as Sue indicated, you know, then we're in a we're poised much better to really, you know, kind of nail down the hatch at that point. So that, you know, I thought I'd add that just a little context. And I want to add one more thing, if I could. In reaching out to the county, Supervisor Langley, I don't mean to sound gushy, right? But I think he really did a very, very proactive and effective job in establishing a dialogue with the county to really even get us to where we were just a couple of months ago. Supervisor initiated a meeting with key members of the county ledge in an attempt to get the information that to which I'm really referring here, that it's critical information. And you know, at that point, we're still kind of awaiting a full response, really. But the supervisor really did make that effort, and you know, he's marshaled all our resources here, you know, together with in-house as well as our engineering consultants, to really, you know, I think, you know, keep this thing on track, and we have to keep it on track, because you know, I don't want to see another issue with DEC consent order-wise hit the fan. I've seen a few of them now since I've been on this board. As you know, it predates about a dozen years. We can't go there anymore, so we need to be as proactive as we can. I think the supervisor's done a great job.